Good evening, good evening, good evening, my brothers and sisters. How are you doing this beautiful evening? Your brother Tony is here at the dinner table. Come on in and get some of this good soul food tonight. You will not be here that long tonight because I know this is a holiday and you again with family and friends, and a lot of the ladies, you are preparing that special meal for tomorrow's holiday. So come on in, come on in. I'm not going to keep you long tonight, but there's something that I need to expound to you, my brothers. There's something I need to expound to you, my sister. I'm not going to explain it, but this is something very important, and you need to take this to heart. What I'm going to tell you tonight. If this is your first time at the dinner table, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationships. I talk about relationships from basically a biblical point of view. When I say a biblical point of view, I believe strongly in a relationship. When you go all the way back to the book of Genesis, God had a unique relationship with a man named Adam. After God established this unique relationship with the man Adam, he caused a deep sleep to come upon the man Adam, and then he created a woman from the rib of the man, and he represented the woman to the man. And in the presence of God, the man Adam said, in reference to the woman Eve, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, I shall call a woman because she came from man. That's the position that I come from when I talk about relationships. A lot of you brothers and sisters, you know that that's what we talk about here at the dinner table. So I would like, if this is your first time at the dinner table, if you're a friend or another relative, come on in and sit down because we got plenty of good soul food, and we like to share this good soul food with you, my brothers, and with you, my sister, because what's on the menu for tonight is good for the soul. Keep in mind, this is good for the soul. Now, if you are at this dinner table or you're curious about what we do at the dinner table, I just told you the relationship is basically about a male and a female from a biblical point of view. Now, if you have another alternative viewpoint of relationship, you have what is called free will. You could do whatever you choose to do. But if you're here at the dinner table, that's what I basically talk about. Now, on the menu for tonight, we're going to get into something brief and straight to the point. So you're not going to be here long, like I said. On the menu for tonight, the topic is relationships. When you're told, I love you, but there isn't no time made for you. That's right. That's what's on the menu tonight. Relationships. When you're told, I love you, but there is no time made for you. There are some of you brothers, and especially some of you sisters, you are going through this right now. Okay. Before we get into it, we're gonna go to the appetizer first, then we're gonna get into the main course. Okay. As it is written in Matthew 10:33. Again, Matthew 10:33. Matthew 10:33. Jesus is doing the talking. Jesus said, but whosoever shall deny me before men, he will I deny before my Father in heaven. Okay. Now listen again very carefully because I'm going to come back to this later on. Jesus doing the talking, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I deny before my Father which is in heaven. Now, at this particular point, my brother and sister, like I said, we're coming up on this major holiday. As a matter of fact, the holiday is Thanksgiving. And when Thanksgiving comes, there's a time when a lot of people, some people believe in celebrating it, some do not. But for those of you that enjoy celebrating Thanksgiving, that is a time for family. Not only is it a time for family, that's a time where a man that has a woman he desired for his woman to share that day with him, and vice versa. That's a day where some women would like for their men to spend time with them. How you doing, Sister Flo? Welcome to the dinner table. But unfortunately, tomorrow, there are some of you brothers, the woman that you want to share your time with tomorrow on this particular holiday, she's not going to be there with you. And unfortunately, sister, there are some of you that you want that man that you think you're in a relationship with. You may want him to spend time with you tomorrow, but unfortunately, he's not going to be there. Now, are you, meaning some of you brothers or some of you sisters, are you or have you experienced being in a relationship, or you thought that you was in a relationship, but the person that continues to tell you he or she loves you and doesn't make quality time for you? Or worse than that, that person hides you. Are you this person that I'm talking to? Have you been this person? Or presently, are you this person? So tonight at the dinner table, that's what we're going to discuss. Relationships when you're told, I love you, but there isn't no time made for you. Now, there are 3 points that I'm going to make tonight at the dinner table. As you look on the menu, look at the first item on the menu, and this is what we're going to talk about. If a person loves you, my brother or sister, he or she will have you very high on his or her priority list. Okay? If a man claims to love you, sister, if a woman if a brother, if a woman claims to love you, you will be high on that man's or woman priority list. The only person that will precede you, my brother and sister, is Jesus himself. Other than that, no other man, sister, no other woman, brother will never precede you as far as high on the relationship. What do I mean by that? And you all know I always believe in this part what I'm about to say. The type of relationship that I'm talking about, it should be where a man and a woman, they are serious about one another. They committed to one another, and they are either moving to a covenant relationship or they are already in a covenant relationship. If a man loves you, sister, and if you really think that tomorrow being Thanksgiving, you want to spend time with him, and he's not going to spend time with you, he's going to come up with some kind of excuse, that's a question mark. And the same thing, brothers, too. Tomorrow being a holiday, Thanksgiving, you want this woman to be with you, but for some reason, she's not going to make time for you. You got to understand this, my brother and sister. When it comes to a relationship, where do you stand in the relationship? You got to ask yourself the question, where do you stand in the relationship? If you don't know now, you're going to know tomorrow. You're going to know tomorrow where you stand. There are some brothers and there are some sisters, my brother and sister, that going to try to start an argument with you today, or they probably have already started an argument with you. Anything to mess up being with you tomorrow. And you know why? Because more than likely, that person got something or somebody that's more important than you. And some of you going to experience that tomorrow. How you doing, Sister Jane? Welcome to the dinner table. Some of you brothers and sisters, you're going to experience that tomorrow. Brother, that woman that you want to be with tomorrow on this family day, the Thanksgiving, if she might make up an excuse, but she claimed that she loved you, right? And you're in the same location. But for some reason, tomorrow, she's going to ghost you. And sister, tomorrow, this man that claimed he loved you, he's going to do something to cause him not to be able to see you tomorrow. Some of you going to experience this tomorrow. And when you experience this tomorrow, my brother and sister, the thing that you need to come to conclusion, why you put yourself in that relationship. Why you had so much hopes on this person that been stringing you along all this time. This same person been stringing you along for years and years and years. This person have been coming up with excuses over and over again. And you kind of know it's coming. You feel it coming. And it's unfortunate. Some of you feel it coming. You are not high on that person priority list. Number two, If that man or woman said that he or she loves you, beyond tomorrow holiday, he or she will sacrifice for you. You see, when a man loves a woman, he will sacrifice for her. When a woman loves a man, she will sacrifice for him. What is being sacrificed? You giving your best to someone and you taking the back seat. That's what sacrifice basically about. You giving your best to that person for the sake of that person, for the betterment of that person, and you taking a back seat back. You see, you, my brother, and you, my sister, you have the mindset of, how you doing, Sister Parker? You have the mindset of we, us, and our. Okay, but that individual more than likely had the mindset of me, myself, and I. So if that man or woman love you, my brother and sister, like I said earlier, you will be high on that person priority list. And number two, that person will sacrifice for you, just like you have been sacrificing for that person. How you doing, Sister Parker? Sister Parker said, that's why I'm glad I'm single. I had to grow up and start selling for less. Amen. Amen. So I'm telling you, tomorrow going to be rough for some of you brothers and sisters. Now, not all of you that's claim to be that's on a relationship, but there are some that listen to me right now. They may not raise their hand, but they're going to see it coming. They already see it coming. But let me tell you what's going to happen to some of you brothers and sisters tomorrow. That man or that woman going to, whoever he or she spend more of their time with tomorrow, for those of you that believe in being together on Thanksgiving, that's showing you something tomorrow. That person going to spend quality time with that other person. He or she may see you during the course of tomorrow, but more than likely, you're going to be on the back burner. That other person going to get the best of tomorrow. And you may see that person tomorrow. And the thing about it, my brother and sister, a lot of time your family and friends know about this person. Your family and friends possibly have met this person. But more than likely, you could have met this person, family and friend, and then on the flip side, you probably have not. Which leads to this, number 3. If a person loves you, he or she will not hide you. Now, I just made 2 points prior to this point. I said if a person loves you, he or she will have you high on the priority list. Number 2, I said if he or she loves you, he or she will sacrifice for you. And now, if a person loves you, he or she will not hide you. Right now, my brothers and sisters, there are some of you that have been seeing a person, but it's a closed situation. There's a possibility that none of that person's circle know nothing about you. His or her inner circle doesn't know too much about you. You know why his or her inner circle don't know too much about you? Because more than likely there's somebody else. But you think that you're in a relationship. But you're gonna find out tomorrow. I don't want to be no killjoy for no one, but what I'm trying to do is wake you up. When you gonna stop going through this cycle of a person not having you high on the priority list? When you gonna get out of this circle, this merry-go-round where the person not sacrificing for you? When you gonna get out of this position where the person hides you? Now, you know how I started this meal off early from the dinner table. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going back to the appetizer. This is what I said. As it is written in Matthew 10:33. Matthew 10:33. Matthew 10:33. It said, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Even Jesus don't want you to hide him. If you have a relationship with Jesus, my brother and sister, first of all, Jesus want to be high on your priority list. Jesus want to be first on your priority list. Secondly, Jesus sacrificed for us, so he wants us to sacrifice for him. Thirdly, Jesus will not hide his relationship with you. So if Jesus will not hide his relationship from you, about you, to anybody else, he don't want you to hide your relationship with him. There are a lot of men and women right now. You hide your relationship with the Lord. You don't want no one to know that you have a relationship with the Lord, but you want someone to know that you got a relationship with a plain man or a plain woman. You can't have it both ways. But I could tell you this, it's better to have a relationship with the Lord where he's high on the priority list, where he sacrificed for you, and where he will not hide you. When it comes to a relationship between a man and a woman, I don't understand this. And more so, it's like this. I got to tell you the truth, my brother and sister. Most of the time, it's a woman that's getting hit. Now, a man get hit. Let me tell you how it goes. A lot of time, men could take being hit, because a lot of time men got a whole bunch of other things going on the outside. So a lot of time men, sometimes they don't mind being hit. But when it comes to a woman and her feelings, and she done invest her feelings into a man, more than likely a woman does not want to be hit, especially in a relationship with a man. Just like Jesus wants you to acknowledge him publicly, my brothers and sisters, and he don't want you to be ashamed of him. Why is it some of you brother, especially some of you sister, why is it that this person that you see, and you could be in the same city, but he or she, they be very strategic where he or she take you in public, if they take you in public. Sometimes these people, they just only want to see you when the sun goes down. At that 12 a.m. run, when they call you and say, what you doing? Can I come through, or can you come over here? There are some of you brothers and sisters that listen to me right now. You have put yourself in that situation. That person going to probably reach out to you and say, what you doing? And he or she going to try to get rid of you for tomorrow. They're going to make an early run to see you, and then you don't see them knowing tomorrow. And that's what I'm talking about, my brother. So not only the holiday Thanksgiving, but it's going to be other days too. You, my brother and sister, you're not high on that man or woman priority list. That man or woman, you hear, I love you so much. It's easy for that man and woman to say, I love you. That man and woman always making up excuses why he or she can't be with you. That man and woman, they could tell you about what he or she doing in their lives, but you're not no part of it. You are only a part of it when they pencil you in on the schedule. I'm going to ask you this, my brother and sister. Have you ever heard someone tell you this? I pencil you in on my schedule, or I get back to you. Now, some of you brothers and some of you sisters, you have asked the person that you think your significant other what you're doing for Thanksgiving. Not only Thanksgiving, some more thing that wasn't even Thanksgiving. And you asked the person beyond today, which is Wednesday. You have asked that person, but that person, he or she will not give you not a direct answer. You want a direct answer, but he or she, they're being flaky on you. They flaking on you. The reason why they want to be able to manipulate you or gaslight you, and you the last person on his or her agenda or priority list. Guess what? You're not the first person. You won't be the last person. But the thing about it, when you're going to wake up. If you notice this, some of you brothers and sisters, you made a mistake, and this was the mistake you made. Some of you, not all of you, you have put that person high on a priority list, your priority list, but you have invested more into that person, but he or she is not investing in you. You have deposited more into that person, and you're not getting a return. You making all the deposit in a relationship, all that person doing withdrawing and not even putting in anything in it. If you were the farmer, you doing all the planting, you doing all the cultivating, and all the only thing this man or woman do, they just want the finished product, the fruit of your labor. When are you going to wake up some of your brothers? When are you going to wake up some of your sisters? You see, when a man or woman tell you that he or she loves you, it got to balance out. It got to balance out. If you have a scale, it has to balance out. If a man or woman say, I love you, it needs to balance out. Words have power. The Bible even said that the words have power. But there are some people right now, my brother and sister, you know they are liars. Their word and their action does not match. If you are dealing with one of these type of people, my brother and sister, go ahead and prepare to be alone. Not without that person, I'll put it that way. Make it a plan to go ahead and plan your day. Do not, and this is what some of you brothers and sisters are going to do. You're not going to do nothing tomorrow because you're going to be waiting for that person. Whereas some of your family and friends have invited you to come be with them. But no, you're going to sit home waiting for that man or woman. Now, some of these men and women, my brother and sister, they have told you that they're going to get with you. Tomorrow going to come up and you're going to look at that clock and they're going to be tick, 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 tick. You're going to call that man or woman. They're not going to answer the phone. You're going to text that man or woman. They're not going to respond to you until their day is over with. Then they're going to get with you. And when they get with you, they're going to come up with an excuse and they're going to lie to you. And you're going to know they lying, but you're going to buy the lie. I'm just telling you, I'm just being truthful, my brother and sister. So what I'm saying, my brother and sister, you have value. I always tell you, brother and sister, brothers, you are the sons of God. Sister, you are the daughters of God. So you don't have to settle for less. You do not have to settle for less. This going to be a wake up. This should be the final wake up call for some of you brothers and some of you sisters. My suggestion to you is wake up. Because you know why that person keep doing some of you brothers and sisters like that? You know why they keep doing it? Because they know they can. They know that you will fuss. They know that you will make your grievance, but they know you're not going to do nothing. They know you're not going to do nothing. That's right, so the flow don't sell for less. So they are accustomed to you just doing like this, but you do all this, but no action. Some of you brothers and sisters, it's sad to say, but I basically talk to my brothers and sisters. Let me tell you this. Some of you brothers and sisters, let's face up right now. Some of you brothers and sisters, not all, some of you brothers and sisters, you are dealing with a man or woman that's already in a relationship with another man or woman. That's right. You got a secret thing going on. Like Atlantic Star, Atlantic Star had a song, got secret lovers. That's what we are. Some of you got a secret lover relationship. Some of you got a Mrs. Jones. Me and Mrs. Jones, Billy Paul, me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. We meet at the same cafe. Yeah, some of you all got those kind of relationship. Holding hands, making all kinds of plans. While they play your favorite song, me and Mrs. Jones. That's what's going to happen to some of you. You know that this person in a relationship with someone else. So why are you going to get upset tomorrow when you already know somebody else where he or she in a relationship? Now, this more so for my sister, my female sisters. Well, my female, because you're female, but my sister. This more for you sisters. If you are involved with a man that is married, or if you're involved with a man that is not married, and he been stringing you along, but you know another woman is in the picture. You knew it from the beginning. more than likely he's going to spend more time. He's going to spend time with that woman first than he's going to spend with some of you. I ain't talking to all you sisters, but some of you got this secret relationship going on with a man that you know he married or he got another woman. My question is, why are you going to get angry and upset at him? You've been tolerating his lies for all these years, so why are you going to get upset with him? You know he's a liar because because he pay your bill, because he make you feel good every now and then. But you may go to your family and friends tomorrow, and while you smiling and stuff, your family and friend probably going to ask you where that man at. How you doing, Sister Tierra? They're going to ask you where that man at. What you going to say? You know he with his wife. You know he's with his girlfriend if he's not married, his girlfriend. And then on the flip side, some of you brothers, you are so tied to a married woman or a woman that got a man. She said that she's going to be with you, even though she come around you and complain about that man. She complain about it, but guess what? She get up, put on her clothes, and go back with that man. That same man that she always complained about, and she come to you every now and then. Have you noticed, even though she complains so much about that man, that she still go back to that man? She going to be with that man. Let me tell you this. Let's say that man possibly got to work tomorrow. Let's say he possibly got to work tomorrow. How you doing, Sister Jacqueline Scott and Ronnie Jones? Thank you. Welcome to the dinner table. Let's say he got to work tomorrow, and she said that she's gonna come see you tomorrow, brother, and you all happy. You all happy that she's gonna come and eat some turkey and dressing with you, right? But then she called you and say, playing chain, he got out early and he want to go and he want to go do something, and that's what's gonna happen to you tomorrow. Some of you brother, it's gonna come to you tomorrow, because some of you brother, you so tied to a woman. It ain't only women that get soul tied to the wrong entity. It's some of you got you brothers. And I'm not talking to worthy men and women. I'm talking to some of you brothers and sisters right now that's sitting at the dinner table. We already know that the world are going to do their thing, but I'm talking to you, family. I'm trying to wake you up. When you going to learn? You need to learn tonight and get over with and leave that man or woman alone that doesn't have you high on his or her priority list. They never sacrifice for you. You always sacrificing for them. When they need some money, you do it. When they get in trouble, you do it. When they need a ride, you do it. You even give them your car. They say, loan me some money. You loan them some money. You never get it back. You always doing stuff for them. And when you ask them something, they always have an excuse why they can't do nothing for you. And then on top of that, they hide you. They hide you from everybody. Don't you know some of you brothers and some of you sisters that their inner circle don't know nothing about you? Especially some of you sisters. Some of you sisters, that man, he haven't told none of his people about you. He haven't told nobody about you. You have never met none of his people. Not one of them. You don't even know none of their names. You never seen them. He done seen your people. He done been over your house. If you've been over to his house, you better call before you go over there. He could just come over your house when he get ready. As a matter of fact, he may have a key to your house. Do you have a key to his? You just can't be in the neighborhood and stop over to his place. But these are the people that say, I love you. But their action and their word does not match. When you going to stop the madness, some of you sisters and brothers? When you going to stop? Now, look, this is an invisible scale. This man or woman say, I love you. Now, just look. Let's chronicle from the beginning of your relationship to now. Let's chronicle it. He or she say, I love you, right? This is the word, their word. Now, here go their actions. Their words are like this, and their action is lower than that. Not only their words low, their action is lower than their words. They don't even, it doesn't even balance. You see, action As you know, my brother and sister, actions speak louder than word unless it's Jesus. You see, you could take Jesus 100% by his word. Jesus have done enough. So all you have to do is believe what Jesus said. He have done enough. But when it comes to a man and a woman, you got to look at action and words, how they match up. And you see, you can't get emotional, sisters. You can't get emotional. You got to look at it for how it is. Listen to what he say and watch what he does or have done. And the same thing, my brother, look at her words and look at her action. Do she just run her mouth and her word down and her action down, or do they balance up? You cannot expect to be in a serious, committed, and covenant relationship with someone that is a liar and their words and action doesn't match. And you keep making up excuses, and you're in a fairy tale land. And you expect that person going to be just like you, especially if you know he or she got something else going on. Or if you don't know something going on, if you don't know that he or she in a relationship with someone, let's just say you don't know. You don't know. But something is in you that telling you something just ain't right. Before Thanksgiving, let's go beyond Thanksgiving. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone, my brother and sister, and when you call them, it take a long time for them to call you back? Have you ever been in a relationship like that? He or she call you. I mean, you call him or her, and it goes straight to their voicemail. But when he or she be around you and the phone ring, they instantly answer the phone. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed when you text him or her, they take a long time to respond? But when he or she be around you, they answer quickly. That's right, Sister Flo. Something just ain't right. Have you had that moment, like Sister Flo said, have you had that moment in you that says something just ain't right? My brother and sister, let me tell you what God does. God tried to help some of you brothers and sisters. You know what's on the inside of you that calls something just ain't right. That could be the Spirit of the Lord trying to wake you up and say something just ain't right. You don't know about what that person doing, but the Lord knows, and the Spirit is telling you something just ain't right. You got this uneasy feeling on the inside of you. You just can't put your finger on it. And that goes to, I'm going to tell you this, some of you have heard this before. Like that show called Cheaters, right? When I have looked at this show Cheaters, and some of you know what I'm talking about, the show that's directed, producing everything in Texas, right? What normally happens? At the beginning of the show, you will see either a man or a woman there in front of this green screen, right? And they're talking, and they tell you the chronicle of how he or she met their mate, right? They tell you all the good things. They tell you about the good days, right? But all you have to do is wait, because they're gonna contrast what they just said. They're gonna use one or two words. They're gonna say but or however, something like that. When they said but or however, it changed everything what he or she just told the camera, right? Then they start telling you what. They start noticing some changes in his or her pattern and behavior. Let me tell you that, my brother and sister. God word say in Ecclesiastes, King Solomon wrote this, and take this down. Take this to the bank. The Bible said there's nothing new under the sun. It said there's nothing new under the sun. The only thing, you may see technology and stuff, but when it comes to a man and woman pattern behavior, nothing is new under the sun. What is the Spirit of God telling you, my brother and sister? The Spirit of God is telling you he or she is is flaky. And you see, the danger part about this, my brother and sister, I'm going to get back to the cheater part, but the danger part about it, if you ask the Lord to show you about that man or woman, he will show you. You may not like it, but he will show you. Now, going back to the show Cheaters, after they start telling us about the problem they start having with the person, the person pattern start changing, and here go the classic thing. He or she start they have to work late. That's another thing, my brother and sister. That's one of the most classic things. I got to work late. And they will lie to you. And guess what? If you don't know what they're doing, just like those people on Cheetah, they don't know, but it's something on inside and says something just ain't right. So why? So when something just was not right, that's why they got cheaters involved, because they were going to get a free show and they had some detectives to do it. So I'm telling you, my brother and sister, if you're involved with a shady type of person, because let me tell you something, if this person tell you that he or she love you, it doesn't take that long for him or her to respond to your call. They respond to a call when they be riding you with someone else call. It doesn't take them that long to respond to your text. We understand that a man or woman could be working or something like that. Even from work, people have a cell phone real close to them. People have bathroom breaks. People have breaks. People have lunch breaks. A man or a woman, if you hire on a man or woman priority list, he or she respond quickly. I'm going to give you an example. My wife, she's a beautician. She's a beautician. And she could have a whole lot of ladies lined up to do their hair. If I call her, she gonna respond back. Even if she's doing somebody's head, if I call her, she's gonna respond maybe within 10 or 15-minute window, because I understand that she working. And the only way I'm reaching out to her is for a particular reason. Or if she called me. If my wife called me and I could be working or doing whatever, I'm going to respond to her. I'm not going to let my wife go hours and hours without returning the call. If my wife texts me, I'm going to respond to her quickly. You know why? Because that's what you call priority. If I'm doing something, even if I'm looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then that's my football team, Tom Brady the boy. If my wife reach out to me and I love looking at Tampa Bay, guess what? Tampa Bay come after my wife. Everything come after her. The only thing that come before her is God. Everything else comes secondary. I love my mama. I love my children. I love my siblings. I love my friends. I love my enemies. But no one come before her but Jesus. That's the only person that come before her, Jesus. How you doing, Abundant 369? Nobody come before her but Jesus. And that's the same thing with her too. If you ask her, you know what, I had asked my wife, I said, do you know me well? She said, I know you well. Now, she don't know everything about me, and I don't know everything about it. We've been together for some years, but it's a progress. We still learning one another. I don't know her to the core because I'm not God. She don't know me to the core because she's not God. But I asked her, I said, tell me what's important to me. You know what she'll tell me? She'll say, God is important to you. I'm important to you. All other people important to you, and then things important to you. She already know me on that. She already know. And if I ask her the same thing, she'll say the same thing to me. If you ever be around me, my brothers and sisters, if you be around me in public, you're not going to hear me talking about money. You're not going to hear me talking a lot about worldly things. If you're around me, my brother and sister, my main talk, I could talk about world events and everything. I can. But I talk more about relationship. When I talk more about relationship, I'm not going to just beat nobody over the head with Jesus all the time, but I talk about relationships. I want to know about what's going on in your life and your relationship, and I'm learning. Because everything got to do with another person. Because no man or no woman is an island. The most important thing, my brother and sister, before you leave earth is relationship. If you are Some, and it's bad to say what I'm about to say, but it's true. Some of you brothers and sisters, y'all play the lotto. That's your thing. You play the lotto. You know, if that's your thing, and guess what? If you want $1 billion on the lotto, if you want $1 billion on the lotto, guess what? You could buy a whole bunch of stuff with that $1 billion, right? You could be wealthy, but guess what? It's just you. It's just you. Money can't satisfy that craving. A big house can't satisfy that craving. High-end cars can't satisfy that craving. Nothing in this world could satisfy that craving. Only the one that could satisfy your craving is Jesus himself. And if you got a person that if you could share the stuff with somebody, if you decide to do this lotto thing, you're going to be miserable if you can't share. And let's not even talk about the $1 billion in the lotto. Just let's talk about everyday thing, my brother and sister. If the Lord give you things, you're still going to have that empty feeling if the Lord is not in you. You see, when we came into this world, my brother and sister, as far as relationship, we came into this world, and the only one that could fill that void is Jesus himself. We know that God says it's not good for man to be alone, because no man is an island. That's why he created a woman, because the Bible clearly say that the man was not created for the woman, but the woman was created for the man. That's why God did it this way. And you know, my brother and sister, if you have a desire for a man and a woman, you know what that desire telling you. God gave you that desire. There's nothing wrong with God giving you the desire to desire a man or a woman. It depends on what you're desiring from it, though. You understand? So if God gave you a desire, brother, to desire a woman, and sister, if he gave you a desire to a man, God wants you to be serious. He wants you to commit, and he wants you to move to the covenant part of relationship. That's what God wants you to do. It's a gift. It's a gift. I'm going to tell you that, my brother and sister. Some of you brothers and sisters, you got children right now. Some of you got children that you think are the gold. You may have more than one child, but it's one of those children that you think is the golden child, right? Okay, start getting old. Start getting old, okay? Start getting old. Don't you know your children, they're going to start having the life of themselves. Now, they may make provision for you. They may make provision for you, don't know. But the one that you think your golden child is the child that probably going to ignore you, and the one that you treated like a black sheep is the one that will take care of you. And it go like this outside relationship. Some of you brothers and sisters right now, you're running after the wrong person. Some of you men, you're running after a woman, but she ain't even paying no attention to you unless she wants something from you. And the same thing, sister, there's a man you running after, and the only time he pauses when he wants something from you. However, brother, there's this woman, and you know this woman probably, and she is there for you at all times. And the same thing, sister, there's this man that's there for you at all times. That woman, brother, she wants you for you. Sister, that man wants you for you. But brother, you running after this other lady that dealing with you because of what you have, not for who you are. And the same thing, sister, you're running after some of these men that want you for what you can give them, not for who you are. But then there's this man, sister, and brother, there's this woman that wants you for who you are. It's better, my brother. It's better, my sister, to be in a relationship with someone that only desire you for who you are, not for what you have, which goes back, and I'm about to wrap this up, for tomorrow, Thanksgiving, and beyond Thanksgiving. Why not? Why are some of you brothers running after this particular woman? You know you ain't no hard to see her. You may see her at the end of the day or whatever. What about spending time with this woman that you know like you? She'll make time for you. She may even say, come over here and get a plate. Come be with me and my family. Or she will be thrilled that you take her around your family. And the same thing, sisters. That man that you want to be with, he got some other things to do, and he'll catch you after everything is over with. But you know this other man, and I talk to you single brother, sister, you know this other man, he is a real gentleman. Why you can't call him and say, hey, do you want to come hang out with me over to my family's house? Or do you want to get together? He would do it. So you got to understand, my brother and sister, relationship, when you are told I love you, but there isn't no time made for you, or the person hired you, that person is not for you. Again, I'm wrapping up this. It say in Matthew 10:33, Matthew 10:33, Matthew 10:33, it said, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father in heaven. You understand? If you deny Jesus in front of people, men and women, he's going to deny you. Because you see, Jesus doesn't play. You got to be on Front Street with Jesus. Jesus, you're not going to say you don't know him. You got to let people know I'm in a relationship with Jesus. You got to let people know that. People got to be able to identify that you got a relationship with the Lord. You see, just like this ring, when a person see a ring on a person's finger, it supposedly represent that he or she is married. That's the sign that he or she is married. Now, some perpetrate, and then there are some that's sincere. But you know, and the thing about it too, my brother and sister, if a man love his wife, you going to know about it. If a woman love her husband, you going to know about it. They're not going to play this secret stuff. They're not going to say nothing like, I like to keep my stuff private. You can't keep your relationship with Jesus private, and you don't supposed to keep your relationship with your man or woman private. It's supposed to be open. It don't supposed to be hid from nobody. Everybody's supposed to know that you got a relationship with God first through his son Jesus. And my brother and sister, if you're with someone, especially you engaged or move toward getting married, everybody should know. You ain't got to go blow no horn, but everybody should know that you are serious and you committed and you're moving toward the covenant, or you already in a covenant relationship. So I'm telling you, my brother and sister, be wise. I didn't say be smart, be wise. As a matter of fact, my brother and sister, I want you all to have a good day tomorrow. Enjoy your time with your family and friends. Make the best of it, my brother and sister, because we don't know what's going to happen, okay? Make the best of it, my brother and sister. Make the best of your time. You know what? It goes beyond the Thanksgiving. You should look at it like we're spending family time together. Enjoy your family, my brothers. Enjoy your family, my sisters. Because this is the time where most of the time you see your family. So enjoy that moment. Treasure that moment. It's more than biting into that piece of chicken and eating that collard greens and that candy yam and that mac and potato and that good sweet tea and so on and so forth. Candy. Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow, my brothers and sisters. I can't wait. I'm gonna hit Cinderella and I. We're gonna hit a couple of houses tomorrow too. We already got on the agenda. We've been invited some places. So Cinderella and I, we're going to be on the road tomorrow. We're going to be eating. We're going to enjoy family. Family, my brother and sister. And I want you to enjoy family too. All right? Your brother Tony love you, brother. Your brother Tony love you, sister. Those of you that are on the book and the tube, like and share and take some of this good soul food with you. Go ahead and get this plate. Take it and share and like those of you that are on the tube. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe and like and share. I love you, brother. I love you, sister. You all have a good Thanksgiving, okay? Peace out.